Okay. Wait. But I want to do.
Right now, it's because he's not sitting there, you know.
It's just less distracting, though. I think.
Yeah, it's better background.
Well, I mean, I figured we'd take a little longer because he's not there.
All right.
We can do another one. Why not? 50 on this
He
book.
should be here by 9. If he's not here by 9, he'll stay longer.
This one is
40 in our book.
40.
86 in the paperback.
86, guys. In your book,
It's like a Bible, so many versions.
40 in the hardcover, in the orange hardcover book.
50. 50. But this book.
Every book is different.
And in a Bhagavad Gita, how it should be in the 66.
Shari
Patitpavana Parmadayal Premadata Padmati Kumar Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Prema Purushottama Sachinandan Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Nitya Gaura Siddhananda Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri
me turn that off?
Oh.
Would you like some water?
Well, you can you, if you turn it off, can you see me?
Not as well. I'll turn it down.
Maybe, oh, you can turn it.
I can down it. Yeah, it's a bit.
It's really hot. At least I'll get a good tan. Sristam manamapi Sati putram atra surupam Rupam tasyagrajamuri purim maturim kostuahatim Radha Kundam Kiribaram Ho Radhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Sri Guru Tam Natosmi Urave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Itadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Anandalilamaya Vigrahaya Hemabhadivyacchabe sundaraya Tasmai mahaprema rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vihina Aparada lakshe Chiptascha kamani torangamati Kripa mahitam sharanam prapanam Vrinde namaste charanara vrindam Vrinde namaste charanara vrindam Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Saketi Govinda damodara madhaveti Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he said, the loud calling out of Krishna's names is bhakti. If you don't know what is bhakti, if you don't understand what is bhakti, if you feel incapable of doing, performing, engaging in the angas of bhakti, just know that calling out, Hey Krishna!
Hey Krishna!
Hey Yadava!
Hey Yadava!
Saka means, oh my friend. Hey Saketi!
Hey Saketi!
This is bhakti.
Are you?
If you loudly call out to Krishna, then any Maya cannot come into your mind. Now I'll finish my mumble chant. Sham Sundar Sikanda Shekar Smaraha Samurli Manohara Radhikar Mama Kripa Nidhe Swapriya Charna King Kurim Kuru Tavaivasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Iti Vikyaya Devi Tam Nayamam Chanantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands and thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmadhya Paramaradhatama Guru Pada Padma, Nitya Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Akshtottara Satashisimad, Rupanuga Acharya Varya, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, I offer my pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada and to all of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. Finally, I offer my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. By the causeless mercy of Sri Guru Karanga, now this momentous, historical and astonishing moment has come in our life. We will hear a verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Savasrai Chaturshloki Pratyakkhare Nana Artikai. As Krishna is Vibhu, great, and Sarva Vyapi, all-pervading. As Krishna is Sarvashrai, the shelter of all living beings. So in the same way, the Srimad Bhagavatam is Vibhu, unlimited, and the Ashray of all living beings. Para samsara samudra sayitum bhajamahe bhagavatas surupam. O Srimad Bhagavatam, you are an ocean of mercy. You are like a bridge to take all the living beings across the ocean of material existence. You are Bhagavat Swarup, directly the literary incarnation, the sound incarnation of Brajendanandan, Shama Sundar, Radharaman, Radhakanta, Gopijana Vallabh Krishna. So our subject today is Maya. Perhaps some of you are familiar with this subject. Maya, the word Maya has so many meanings. It means energy. It can mean the karuna, mercy, compassion. Miyate anaya iti maya, that by which it is measured. In other words, when our consciousness becomes entangled in measuring the sense objects of this world, how soft is it? How fragrant is it? How crunchy is it? How chocolatey is it? Our senses are, our consciousness is going out through the senses, trying to measure and evaluate and taste everything. Well, this is Maya. And Maya can mean illusion. So, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has said, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andakar Yahan Krishna Tahan Nahi Maya Adhikar. Krishna is like the sun. effulgent sun. And Maya is like a darkness. So what is Maya? Maya is only the absence of perception of the sun. So, wherever the sunlight is present, there cannot be any darkness. So when you look at the sun, you cannot see your shadow. But when you turn away from the sun, then you see a shadow. So in the same way, when we turn towards Krishna, we do not experience the illusion of material existence. And when our consciousness is turned away from Krishna, then at that time we become covered by Maya. By illusion. In that state of illusion, we become quite mad. Yakshaktayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada sambhava bhuvo bhavanti. Daksha Maharaj, in his Hamsaguya prayers, he said, "O my Lord, you who have unlimited astonishing qualities, I bow down to you. By the influence of your external energy Maya, you cause the creation of so many philosophies and different ideas. Even people, if they don't believe in God, they have so many ideas. These ideas, they came from God's Maya also. All the arguments for and against all come from God. Vivada sambhava bhuvo bhavanti means the argument and counter-argument. And the living beings, they become engaged in this argument and counter-argument. And it goes on forever, without any end, without any cessation. They become addicted to that. Why? Because this state of a never-ending confusion and no conclusion is the default position when our consciousness is turned away from Krishna. When our consciousness is turned towards Krishna, then we have direct experience of transcendental reality. And when we are turned away, then we're thrown into endless confusion of conflicting arguments and counter-arguments. Like a fever of the mind. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna said, Daivi yesha gunamayi mamma maya durakteya mamaiva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. The influence of my external energy, Maya, which is composed of three vrittis, three functions, sattva, rajas and tamas, three gunas, is impossible to cross beyond. No one can do it. It is insurmountable. However, Sri Krishna said, if someone surrenders to me, then easily they cross beyond it. Just like it's very difficult to cross over an ocean. But if there's some water in the hoof print of a calf, you step over it without even noticing. So when someone approaches the lotus feet of Krishna, then the ocean of Maya, it contracts to be like the water in a hoof print of a calf, and the devotee crosses Maya without even thinking about it. It's a side effect. It's just concomitant, anusangic. Incidentally, he crosses over Maya without any effort. Just by engaging in the service of Krishna. Why? Because tamagun makes you lazy and angry and crazy. Rajagun makes you confused and filled with many different desires to enjoy, which are never satisfied. Sattvagun makes you feel some contentment and a sense of wisdom relative to other persons. But that is also binding. Jnana sangetna badnati sukha sangena chanagaha. Krishna said, hey Arjun, the mode of goodness binds one to a feeling of contentment and to a sense of knowledge, wisdom. And that means you can discriminate between You know that you are not this body. But what positively what you are, you don't know. You know 18, 18, 18. So this is the influence of Sattva Guna. So Badnati, it also binds you. So, these are the activities of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And Bhakti, hearing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna, this is the activity of Krishna's internal spiritual potency, Swarup Shakti. So when a person in this world takes shelter of Krishna's Swarup Shakti by loudly chanting the holy names, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then he gets the shelter of the internal potency, Krishna's Swarup Shakti. So Krishna's Swarup, his form, and the Shakti that comes from his form, they are like the sun. And the Maya is like darkness. So those who take shelter of the Harinam, what to speak of when they see the sun of Nam Prabhu, only the light emanating, the first rays of the early dawn prior to the appearance of Shuddha Nam, that is enough to dissipate the darkness of material existence. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ene chiyaho shadi maya nashi baro lagi ei nama maha mantra lautumi mari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, why are you snoring and sleeping? In illusion, suffering this nightmare called 21st century America. I have brought the medicine to destroy the illusion of material existence. That is this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, you should beg Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, oh please Mahaprabhu, bless me that I may receive this divine holy name into my life. Then, the darkness of illusion will be completely destroyed. Today we'll discuss this verse. It is a verse of Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. 2nd canto, 9th chapter. There is the history of Lord Brahma, the first created being in this universe. And when he first became aware that he existed, he could not understand. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? He saw he was seated on a lotus flower. So first he tried to understand what was his origin by an empirical approach. Just like scientists today, we recognize that everywhere in nature there's cause and effect. Right? Always cause and effect is at play. So that gives us a clue that at the end of this chain of cause and effect there is an ultimate cause. Savakarna karanam. Therefore Vedanta in the 2nd sutra said Janmadhyasya yataha. Para Brahma, the supreme truth, is that reality which is at the end of the chain of cause and effect. Whichever way you look at it, in the universe or in the atom, you go down. Everything you're seeing is an effect of a cause, which is an effect of another cause, which is effect of another cause, which is effect of another cause, and it goes down. No one came to the bottom of it yet by empirical research, because the causes become finer and finer and finer, then they become finer than the senses that you're searching for them with. If you have a net and the holes are this big, you cannot catch a fish which is this big. So, the empirical research doesn't lead us to any conclusion because of the limitations of our sensory instruments. So Brahmaji discovered that. He climbed down. He said, where did this lotus... I came from this lotus flower. Where did the lotus flower come from? So he climbed down the stem, but he couldn't find its origin. Why? Because the seed from which it came transformed and became the lotus. So then how will you find the cause when the cause has transformed into the effect? So that was impossible. So he came back and he was sitting and contemplating what to do. So then at that time the Supreme Lord mercifully revealed to him 2 syllables. Tattva. Tapa. Tapa, general meaning is austerity, but really the meaning of tapa is to concentrate your mind. That's the real austerity. To concentrate your mind in the search for Brahma, the supreme truth. You see? Not really that only doing austerities, physical austerities is not really tapa. You see Hiranyakashipu, he stood on his tiptoes with his arms in the air for 60,000 years. But his mind was not concentrating in the search for absolute truth. He was doing austerities to get mystic powers and try to rule over the universe. So that's not really tapa. Tapa means to fix your mind on Brahma, the absolute truth, in the search for the absolute truth. Tato Brahma Jigyasa. So he was doing that and he heard the syllable. He heard the syllable tapa and then he began to meditate. After many, many thousands of years, then Supreme Lord appeared to him and instructed him on the nature of reality. He said, Jnanam paramam guhyam me yadvigyana samanvitam sarahasya tadangam cha grahanam gaditam maya yavanaham yathabhavo madrupa guna karmatmakaha tatraiva tatvigyana astute madanugraha. It means the knowledge about me has 4 aspects: Gyan, Vigyan, Rahasya and Tadanga. Therefore, after this is an introduction, Sri Krishna spoke to Lord Brahma 4 verses. And in one verse tells Gyan, Vigyan, Rahasya and Tadanga. Like that. These 4 subjects are explained in 4 verses. So Gyan means knowledge. Krishna is saying knowledge of my divine transcendental swarup. Vigyan means my energies, how I interact with my Shaktis. Rahasya means mystery. And the mystery of life is Prem, pure transcendental love. And Tadanga, that Prem, it has some anga, some limbs. That means the sadhana, the practices by which the devotees attain Prem and by which they taste Prem also. So these are the 4 subjects. The first 2 are Sambandha Gyan, knowledge of relationship, because there is the Lord Swarup and then there are his energies, such as this material world, the external potency, Krishna's internal potency, the spiritual world, and ourselves. Who are we? We are just Krishnera Tatastha Shakti Veda Ved Prakash. We are a manifestation of Krishna's Tatastha Shakti, marginal potency. Being achintya, inconceivably. One with non-different from Krishna and also different from Krishna. So, that is Vigyan, to realize the relationship of Krishna and his energies. All this together is Sambandha Gyan. Then, Rahasya, Prem, that is the prayojan, the goal of life. And then Tadanga, that is Abhideya, the process of how to attain the goal of life, bhakti itself. So then Lord Brahma, he said, Yavanaham Yatha Bhavo. Yavanaham means as much as I am. Yatha Bhavo. And my bhavs, my ecstatic moods, my intentions, Madrupa Guna Karmatmaka, my form, my qualities and my pastimes. So here Yavan applies to Rup, Gun, Karmatmaka also. As much as I am in my form, in other words, may you realize how long are my fingers, what is the shape of my toes, what is the shape of my calves, my chest, my arms, the shape of my face, my eyes, as much as I am. All the details of my form, may you realize it. May you realize my qualities and my pastimes. Astu te madanugrahat means may all this be awakened in your heart, madanugrahat, by my mercy. Grihanam gaditam maya. So now take up this sadhana to realize all of these things. So then the Supreme Lord instructed Brahma in these 4 verses, which are known as Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has 18,000 verses. But the essence of all those 18,000 verses are present in this Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. So this verse is the second verse of Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. It is on the subject of Maya, Krishna's energy, how he relates to it, and what is the nature of that Maya. So, we can recite the verse. You can repeat after me. Ritetam yat pratiyeta, na pratiyeta chatmani, tad vidyadatmano mayam, yatha bhaso yatha tamaha, Ritetam yat pratiyeta, na pratiyeta chatmani, tad vidyadatmano mayam, yatha bhaso yatha tamaha, Ritetam yat pratiyeta, na pratiyeta chatmani, tad vidyadatmano mayam, yatha bhaso yatha tamaha. So the general meaning. Rite means without. And artam means that which is valuable, essential, or true. Yat means that pratiyeta, yat, that which pratiyeta is perceived. In other words, that which is perceived when artham, the essential underlying nature of reality, is not perceived. Now, this is the first line. Ritertam yat pratiyeta, yat, that which pratiyeta is perceived, ritertam, without, in other words, artham, without artham, when the essential underlying nature of reality is not perceived. Na pratiyeta cha atmani, and na, that which is not perceived, na pratiyeta cha, and that which is not perceived, atmani, in the absolute truth, the self. Here the self means Supreme Self, Sri Krishna. So, here 2 things. That which is perceived in the absence of perception of the truth, and that which is never perceived within that truth. Tad vidyat, that vidyat, you should know. It's an order. You should know. It's very fortunate. When Gurudev gives an order, in that order is the Shakti, the power to follow it. So, when Krishna is saying, Tattva, you should know, means that if he will do a sadhana, he will know. Because the power to know is there in the order of Guru, original Guru. Adi Guru means Krishna himself. Vande Krishnam Jagat Guru. So, Tadvidyad, you should know, Atmano Mayam. Atmana means my own Maya. You should know that that is my Maya. Illusory energy. And that Maya has two aspects. Yatha baso, yatha tamaha. It is exactly like a reflection and darkness. So, abhas can mean reflection. Abhas can also mean illumination. So, our acharyas have explained this verse in various different ways because the words can be interpreted differently. But whichever way you interpret it, it comes out as the same, with the same conclusion. So there's no difference of opinion among the acharyas. Only in the way that they extract that conclusion. So, that which is experienced when the underlying essential reality is not experienced, and that which is never experienced within that underlying reality, you should know that that is my Maya, illusory energy, which is like abhas, a reflection. Light must be there for a reflection to take place. And tama, like a darkness. So, the entire subject of Maya Tattva has been summarized in this verse in the most astonishing way. In the most wonderful way. Because Bhagavatam is like this. It's an ocean, unlimitedly deep. So we'll try to dip our finger a little bit in the surface of that ocean this evening. So, what is being told here? I want to present the two different interpretations that acharyas have given. First of all, yathabaso yatatamaha. This Maya is like a reflection and like a darkness. This can be interpreted as the reflection is called Jiva Maya, and the darkness is called Guna Maya. In other words, Maya has two aspects. One aspect of Maya is the Upadan Karan, the ingredient cause. So if you look at the world, it's made of stuff. Right? No one actually knows what this stuff is. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We can try to enjoy it. So, the world is made of a substance. So that ingredient, these are the evolutes of Prakriti, the different elements of material nature, and they've all come from Pradhan. Pradhan means the ingredient cause of the world. The unmanifest, sum total aggregate of non-differentiated material energy. That is called Pradhan, and it is the Upadan Karan, the ingredient cause of the world. That is one aspect of Maya. Then the other aspect, Yathabhaso, that is called Tama compared to darkness. Why? Because the ingredients are insentient. Right? All the stuff around us, this cloth, this wood, these bricks, this glass, all has no feeling and no consciousness. So no consciousness means Tama, darkness. Because there's no light of awareness in the ingredient. Then, Yathabhas means that which makes a semblance, an abhas of consciousness. That is called the Jiva Maya. That's the aspect of Maya that acts upon the Jiva. which is acting upon us. So, that Jiva Maya also has two aspects, Vidyavriti and Avidyavriti. The Vidyavriti, that means the function of Maya that gives knowledge of the distinction of the conscious self from matter, comes from Sattva Gun. Therefore in Gita Krishna says, Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. From Sattva Gun comes knowledge. Here knowledge just means the discrimination between the soul and the body, matter and spirit. That is the Vidyavriti, comes from Sattva. And then there is the Avidyavriti of Maya, the ignorance potency of Maya. It comes from Rajas. Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajagun Samudbhava. Avritam Jnanamete na Jnanino Nityavarina. Hey Arjun, this mode of passion is the cause of calm, worldly desire. And it is Agyan, ignorance, and it covers the knowledge of the living entity. So, the Avidyavriti is Rajas, and it turns into Tamas, because it's unstable. So, that Avidyavriti also has two aspects. One aspect is called Avranatmaka and other Vikshepatmaka. So Avarana means covering and Vikshep means distracting. How is that? The Avranatmaka aspect of Avidya Vritti, the ignorance potency, covers our awareness of our own self-effulgent spiritual nature. Atma is the self-effulgent by its own inherent potency. It is naturally self-knowing, self-aware. Yet the Avidyavriti of Maya in the form of Avaranatmaka Shakti makes us, it eclipses that knowledge and makes us unaware of our own spiritual nature. That is Avaranatmaka. Then Vikshepatmaka means distraction. Literally it means throwing. Then the consciousness of the living entity, which he has lost awareness of himself, but his consciousness is thrown out towards the Upadan Karan Maya, the Guna Maya. So the Jiva Maya covers and then sends your attention towards the Guna Maya, the ingredients. And so that's the condition of basically everyone who's conditioned. Right? They've forgotten that they're a soul, and their consciousness is absorbed in what the ingredients are doing. All these ingredients around us, earth, water, fire, mind, intelligence, and false ego, are mixed together and makes this thing we call life. And we're completely in a state of perpetual distraction, being absorbed in that. You see? So Avarana covering and then distracting. Just like if you go to a club, right? Then if you drink some alcohol, then you forget who you are and what you're doing. Right? So that's like Avaranatmaka. And then when you see the dancing girls, then that's Vikshepatmaka. Like that, then you become distracted. Like that. This is an example from gross life. But it is a little similar. So first you're covered, forgetfulness of the self, and then distraction. So here, yatha baso yatha tamaha. Abas can mean the Jiva Maya, which acts on the Jiva, which has two features, Vidya and Avidya, and Avidya has two features, Avaranatmaka and Vikshepatmaka. And then Tamaha means the Upadan Karan. Abas is Nimitta Karan, the operative or efficient cause of the material world, and the Tamaha is Pradhan, the ingredient cause, Upadan Karan, ingredient cause of the material world. So Maya is like this. This is one interpretation of the verse. Another interpretation of the verse is that Yatha Basho Yatha Tamaha, the Abas can refer to the Vidyavritti and the Tama to the Avidyavritti. Because in the Sattva Gun, there is somewhat a reflection of the soul's consciousness in the Sattvic Chitta. So he gets to know something about, some knowledge about the self. Otherwise the Avidyavritti just puts him into dark, into a complete illusion. So Acharyas have given both interpretations. Now, if a person performs tapasya, austerity, they study Sankhya Yoga, the analysis of the various elements. They perform yoga and doing pranayama, concentrating the mind and so on. If they do all this, what will be the result? Nothing. Because actually, without bhakti, every single process is lame and will not produce any real realization. But if a person will perform all of these things and then mix some bhakti into it, that's called bhakti misra gyan or bhakti misra yoga, then they will be raised and they'll come up to sattva gun. And in sattva gun, by bhakti misra gyan, they can realize, I am not this body. So Krishna described this in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Na Sochati Na Kamshati Samaksaveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. So try to understand it very deeply. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, one who realizes that they are spiritual in nature, Brahma Bhuta. They become Prasanatma, joyful, very happy. Na Sochati, they never lament for anything. They have no fear, lamentation at all. Na Kankshati, they don't hanker for any temporary worldly things. Samak Sarveshu Bhuteshu, they see all living entities equally because they know everyone is like me. But some are covered and some may be uncovered. But Mad Bhaktim Labate Param, Krishna said after that, then they attain bhakti to me. So, bhakti is a post-Brahma Bhuta experience. Agrahoya mukti tabe sarva bandhanas tabe se oite pare Sri Krishna das. Means that after one is liberated and all his bondage to this world is cut, then he can be called Krishna Das. Actually. Because if you are still plugged in, you are still connected to Maya, then how can you be Krishna Das? You are Maya Das. Right? So sometimes people, they might want, oh, I wish I had a very long spiritual name. Like on Vishnu Pad, Param Puja Pad, Sarvabhoma, Acharya, Nyai Ratna Chudamani. Like this. No, Gurudev has given this name Das. Right? Krishna Priya Dasi, Ananda Gopal Das. Actually, try to just live up to the expectation of that name. We don't need any honorific. This name is so high. Even actually we have not come to that stage yet. So, the meaning here is, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, the person who was on the path of Gyan or Yoga Sadhana, was also mixing some bhakti with his sattvic practices. And because of this, what happened? The Vidyavritti of Maya, Sattva Gun, was rising and rising, and the Vidyavritti of Maya revealed to him that I am not this body. Right? So he became happy. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma. But then what happens? Because the Vidyavritti of Maya is like a fire. And its function is to destroy avidya. So once avidya has been destroyed, then the Vidyavritti of Maya has nothing to do. So just as a fire which no longer has anything to burn goes out, so the sattvic influence of Vidyavritti of Maya is also destroyed, also disappears, leaving what was left? Pure bhakti. You see? He was doing bhakti mixed with sattva gun. Because of that, the sattva was rising and rising. So vidya destroyed avidya. But when there was no avidya to burn, then the vidya also disappeared and now only bhakti is left. That's what Krishna is saying. Therefore, mad bhaktim labate param. After that, he attains devotion to me. But what does he realize in that stage? Brahman. Because he was practicing, doing a sadhana which was sattvic, and he mixed bhakti with it to make it effective, therefore, he did not realize Paramatma or Bhagavan. He realizes Brahman. Now, if someone practices pure bhakti, not mixed, jnana kama dhanavaritam, not mixed with faith in philosophical speculations and deliberations and discriminations, not mixed with faith in the performance of yog sadhana, or mixed with faith in the performance of fruitive activities mentioned in the Vedas. So, when bhakti is just pure, hearing, chanting and remembering, serving the deity, serving Gurudev, all of these things, and it's done very enthusiastically. So it's strung in the amount and also in the type. If it's to Krishna in Braja, with aspiration to follow after his footsteps, then Raganuga Bhakti is more powerful than Vaidhi Bhakti. So if it's very strong, both in quantity and in type, then Bhakti Devi is independent. And at any time she can just appear and take over your life. She's so independent, she can go anywhere and she can enter into someone even who has not good behavior or good character. That means independent of what guna that person is in. If they're engaged in Swarup Siddha Bhakti, it's so powerful, she can appear. And at the same time, she may not appear in the heart of a very well-behaved Brahmin or sannyasi, who's even a mukta, even liberated, but she may not come. But she may come to a Rakshasa, even, or a Pulinda, an aboriginal person, anyone who is engaged in Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Why? Because it is Swarup Shakti. So this Maya cannot stand. When you're in touch with Bhakti, Maya cannot remain. So, just to summarize, Maya has three forms: Pradhan, the ingredient cause, and then the Jiva Maya, which has avidya. Avidya, the action of this avidya gives you a perception of that which is not real. Pradhan is real. When we say illusion, don't think we mean like Vivartavad. Complete, like everything is an illusion. You know, after people smoked a few spliffs, oh, everything is an illusion. They come up with this idea. Right? No. Everything, all this pradhan, all these ingredients, this is real. What is not real is our perception. For example, if you see a scorpion, then you become filled with fear. Why? Because you think that you will die. But you will not die because you are not this body. So you cannot die. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nanam dahati pavaka, nachanam tvayant apo, na society marutaha. Krishna said, the soul cannot be cut by any weapon. It cannot be burnt by fire. It cannot be moistened by water. It cannot be withered by the wind. Soul is completely indestructible. So why are you scared of a little insect? Why? Because there's an illusory perception in terms of you are thinking you are this body. So all these, the illusion caused by avidya is your perception. The fear, the danger, the anxiety, the stress. Also the happiness, also this is all, whatever we call positive and negative emotions. This is all coming from avidya, ignorance. So, the pradhan is real. But our experience of it, due to bodily identification, this is caused by avidya. This is unreal. And what is vidya? Vidya is only that which destroys avidya. That is all. Destroys those illusions. But does not give you, the external material energy cannot give you a realization of Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. Because they're all transcendental. Brahman is Nirgun, Paramatma is Nirgun, Bhagavan is Nirgun. So you have no knowledge of any of these things, even from the Vidyabriti. So, now, we want to analyze the verse again. Come back to the first word, rite. So rite in Sanskrit means without. But the word rita in Sanskrit, it means the path, it means knowledge, and it means truth or reality. Rita. Therefore, rite is rita in the locative case. Saptami Vibhakti in the locative case. So rite means in the truth or in the reality. So now the whole verse takes on a different meaning. Uritertam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta tatmani tadvidat atmano mayam yata basho yata tamaha means that energy which reveals abas. Yatabas is a light. That which energy which is like a light, which reveals both material and spiritual objects according to the special desire of the Lord. And that energy which conceals either material or spiritual objects in accordance with the desire of the Lord. Tad vidyat, you should know, atmano mayam, that this is my yoga maya. So, if you take the word rita, rite, to mean the locative case of rita, rather than rite, which means without, now the whole verse is describing Yogamaya, the actions of Yogamaya. Because this is Vigyan, Krishna's relationship with his energies. So the one verse has to cover all the possibilities. So the material world is Ekapad Vibhuti. So if you only take the verse to be referring to Maya, Ekapad Vibhuti, the material energy, then we have not really understood the verse. This verse must be explaining also the Tripad Vibhuti, that is Krishna's spiritual opulence. So just as the Maya, by Mahamaya, the material energy, by the Vidyavriti reveals, and by the Avidyavriti conceals. So similarly, now we come to the interpretation that Yogamaya both reveals material and spiritual objects and conceals material and spiritual objects according to the will of the Lord for a special purpose of relishing his pastimes. Now, the Chaturshloki Bhagavatam is like these are the seeds of the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. And therefore, what the rest of the Srimad Bhagavatam is describing must be the expanded purport of these seed verses. Okay? So now we're going to discuss the way in which Shukadev Goswami, or Srila Vyasadeva, is explaining this interpretation of the verse, the action of Yogamaya, illustrating the various actions of Yogamaya in revealing and concealing, how they're illustrated through the various pastimes of Sri Krishna. So it's something very, very wonderful. You see, how many truths are there? One. There's only one reality. Vadanti tat tat vavidas tattvam yad jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabite. Those who are knowers of the truth, they say that that truth is non-dual, advaya jnana tattva. And it is referred to by the words Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So there's only one truth. So when we affect, though the truth is really in its fullest sense is Bhagavan, when we're in Maya, Mahamaya, the mature energy, we don't see Bhagavan, we don't see Paramatma, we don't see Brahman. We see what? The Pradhan. Now because the effects are non-different from their cause, because the Shakti is non-different from Shaktiman, therefore everyone's only looking at the one truth. We're all looking at the one truth. It's only a question of what is being revealed and what is being concealed by that truth. So Mahamaya, the external energy, is concealing Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan from us and revealing to us Pradhan. Right? So when a devotee performs bhakti and becomes liberated, after that time, then Yogamaya acts upon him. And now this Yogamaya is revealing and concealing. There is Brahman, the spiritual effulgence. There is Paramatma. And there is Bhagavan. All these are one reality and they're simultaneously existing everywhere at all times. Right? Understand that. But Yogamaya is revealing and concealing them in different ways, to different persons, to different degrees, in different orders. And that is what is being described, yatabhaso yatatamaha. So, if we speak about it in a theoretical way, we won't really grasp it so well. So, Vyasadeva illustrates all these actions of Maya and the Yoga Maya in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, let's come to the first example. One day, baby Krishna, Nandalal, only about 2.5 years old, 3 years old, quite naked, with the peacock feather in his hair, kajal on his eyes. His mother has put to protect him from Buri Naja. From any tantra or evil eye. And his mother has tied bells around his waist, a chain with little bells around his waist and ankle bells. He looks very sweet, little chubby. Toddler, he's a toddler. He's playing on the bank of Jamuna with his friends. Some of his friends came and said, "Oh, Yashoda Maya, Yashoda Maya, your boy, you know what he's doing? He's eating dirt." Mother Yashoda, she thought, what's going on? I feed him very good things. Why is he eating dirt? So she stopped her work in the kitchen and she came outside. So when she came there, she found Krishna. And she said, "Oh Lala, have you been eating dirt?" "Oh no, Maya. Naham bhakshitavam ambe." Ambe, oh mother, naham bhakshitavam. I have not eaten the dirt. Mother Yashoda said, "But your friends told me you're eating dirt." Krishna said, "Yes, I can explain everything. Today when I came out to play with my friends, they all showed me that they'd stolen sweets from their homes and from different places. And they were showing each other the things they had stolen. And they were sharing with each other. And then they offered it to me. And I said, no, I never accept any stolen things." So when I said this, then they became afraid and thought I would tell on them and become in trouble. So before I could tell on them, they went and they made up a story about me. So then Mother Yashoda, she looked at Balaram, because Balaram always tells the truth. She said, "Balaram, is he telling the truth?" Balaram said, "No." "He has eaten dirt." Then Krishna became very desperate with very pitiful eyes. "Oh mother, I can explain. You see, when I came out today, I saw Balaram was eating dirt. And so, if I come and tell you, just to make what I say sound like lies, he told what he was doing first, that I was doing it. So then if I told that he was doing it, then you wouldn't believe me." But then Mother Yashoda didn't know what to think. So she said, "Let me look inside your mouth." Krishna said, "Oh mother, I can explain. They put some dirt in my mouth." Mother Yashoda said, "Open your mouth." And Krishna opened his mouth and Mother Yashoda looked inside. And then, at once, she saw the whole universe. She saw all the planets, the higher planets, the earthly planetary system, the lower planets. She saw on earth there was the forest of Vrindavan. She saw mountains, rivers and oceans. She even saw herself in Vrindavan looking in Gokul, looking in the mouth of Krishna, looking at another universe there. And she became struck with wonder. She thought, what is this? Am I going mad? Is it the influence of a ghost? Am I awake? Is this a dream? And she prayed to God, Oh Lord Narayan. She embraced her boy. Oh Lord Narayan, I take shelter of you. By the influence of whose material energy I am thinking that I am Mother Yashoda, I am married to Nanda and Krishna is my son. So ordinary person, their family relationships are like that. But because this is Madhurya, sweet human-like pastimes, Mother Yashoda is thinking. But all her relations are eternal, transcendental, established eternally without beginning by Yogamaya. So they are real. So then, Mother Yashoda, she calmed down and she thought, oh, perhaps someone is doing some tantra on my boy. I should take him to some brahmanas so that they'll do like exorcism and the yagya and purify him. So then she brought baby Krishna to the brahmanas and they told her, you should mix cow urine and cow dung and smear it all over Krishna to purify him. Arjun, he said to Krishna, Param Brahma Pramam Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. Krishna, you are Param Brahma, Supreme Truth. You are the eternal abode of all existence. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. You are supremely pure. But in Vrindavan, Mother Yashoda is purifying the supremely pure with cow dung. Very sweet. Vrindavan. Now Krishna is standing there covered in cow dung. All the brahmanas are chanting mantras. Narayano, Narovai, Swastinaha, Patmanabhaha, Purushottamo, Dadatu. Mother Yashoda said, give my boy blessings, bless him. And they bless him all. Chiranjeevi Baba, may you have a long happy life. Yeah. So this is Brajalila. What is going on here? This is most wonderful. Because remember, Yathabhasho Yathatamaha, Yogamaya both reveals spiritual and material objects and conceals material and spiritual objects. This is the potency. So in this Leela, we see that Mother Yashoda, subjectively by the influence of Yogamaya, she saw the material universe in the body of Krishna. But at the same time, she had perception of the spiritual form of Krishna and the spiritual form of Gokul and all the inhabitants there. So Yogamaya was both revealing material and spiritual at the same time. And concealing the Aishwarya, the opulence of Krishna. Actually, that's the nature of her, very nature of her praying. It's the swabhava of praying that she doesn't see the opulence, even if it's manifest before her. So here there's an example of Yogamaya revealing both the spiritual world and the material world at the same time. This was done to show that the prema of Mother Yashoda could not be restricted by a display of opulence. And also because Krishna himself, he is so overwhelmed by the prema of Mother Yashoda that Krishna has forgotten that he's God. So don't think that Krishna is thinking, well, I'm God and now I'm going to show my mother the universe. Not like that. Krishna was thinking, oh no, now I'm in big trouble. And he opened his mouth and he thought, my mother's going to tie me up again, or she'll punish me somehow. So, because Krishna has forgotten that he's Bhagavan by the influence of Mother Yashoda's praying, but he's still Sarva Shaktiman. He's still the Lord of all existence. So all of his Shaktis are standing in line waiting to serve him. So his Aishwarya Shakti, the opulence potency, thought, now's my chance to serve. And quickly came there and manifested the universes. His material opulence is the universes in the mouth of Krishna, and Yogamaya revealed them. Why? To do rasantara. Because Mother Yashoda was angry. So if she'll suddenly see the universe in her child's mouth, then she'll forget everything and just have love for him. So in this way, his Shaktis came and saved him from a good chastisement. But he was not aware of it. And in this way, Yogamaya has shown that the prema of Mother Yashoda is so powerful, it cannot be slackened, it cannot be affected or restricted in any way by Krishna's opulences. And in the same way, Yogamaya, to prove to the world that even the great eternal liberated devotees outside of Vrindavan, their love becomes restricted by a show of opulences. Therefore, Yogamaya showed to Arjuna in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita the universe also. Arjuna saw the universal form. And what happened? He said, "Oh Krishna, you are Bhagavan, please forgive me for calling you my friend." Actually that verse is there, "Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Saketi." I called you Krishna, I called you Yadava, I called you Saka. I shouldn't have called you Krishna. Why? Because an honorable person, you have to use a honorific like Sri. In Vedic culture you say Pita Sri to your father. Mata Sri to your mother. You don't say dad. You say, "Oh, greatly opulent and holy, opulent father." "Oh, very beautiful mother." So you should use honorific Sri. With Krishna also you should say Sri Krishna. So Sri also means Radhika. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So he said, "Please forgive me. I just, in a casual way, I used to call you Krishna. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava. I called you Yadava." What does that mean? That the ruling dynasty of the world is the Kuru dynasty. Those in the Kuru dynasty can be emperor of the world. But the Yadu, no one born in the Yadu dynasty can be the emperor because of the curse of a Yayati March that he gave to his son, Yadu, when he wouldn't exchange his old age for his youth. So the Yadu dynasty can never be kings of the world. So the Kuru dynasty, they are the major aristocracy of the world, and Yadu dynasty, they are minor nobility. And so in this way, Arjuna was thinking, I used to, "Hey Yadava, come here. Even though you're not such from a great aristocratic family like me, but I'm still so merciful, I associate with you." So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, "Hey Yadava, I'm so sorry I called you Yadava." You have to hold your ears and bite your tongue and stand up and down 10 times. So, forgive me, I made a terrible mistake. "Hey Krishna, hey Yada, hey Saketi, I called you my friend." What is the essence of Sakiras? Samata. We're the same. Like that. So Arjuna's Sakya Bhav, his friendship, it was curtailed, it was restricted by the vision of opulence. So the prema in Vrindavan is so much superior to the prema of anyone outside of Vrindavan. But here, there's a speciality. How is Yogamaya acting? As I mentioned before, there is one reality, and all those aspects of reality simultaneously exist, and Yogamaya is revealing and concealing them in various ways. So, first, when Yogamaya revealed to Arjuna the universe, he didn't see the Sarupa of Krishna, lovely Sarupa of Krishna driving his chariot. So Yogamaya revealed the universe, which is material, right? And concealed the Sarupa of Krishna, which is spiritual. But then Yogamaya concealed the universe and revealed four-armed Vishnu form of Paramatma, while concealing the beautiful two-handed form. And then the same Yogamaya, concealing the universe and concealing the four-armed form, was revealing Krishna's beautiful two-armed Swarup. Like that. So in this way, this is Yatha Bhasho Yatha Tamaha. Yogamaya is revealing, concealing different things. So, for Arjuna, he saw them in a series. The material, the Paramatma, and the Bhagavan form, in a series. But for Mother Yashoda, she was seeing simultaneously the material and the spiritual at the same time. So yatha bhasho yatha tama ritetam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chakti. So all these examples are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now come to the case of Lord Brahma. Brahma had some ego, and actually he is a pure devotee. So that ego also came by Yogamaya. That he was the controller, that he could be in control of things. So he wanted to see more interesting pastimes of Krishna by the empirical approach of experimenting. If I steal Krishna's friends and the calves, what will happen? Experimentation, observation, and then you can make your formulas and hypotheses. So, what happened in this situation? Yogamaya hid the spiritual cows and the calves. He thought that he'd stolen them, but he didn't. Yogamaya hid the spiritual cows and calves and revealed to Brahma cows and calves which were actually all Krishna himself. And then Yogamaya concealed the forms of those cows and calves, and Brahma saw all Vishnu forms. That each and every one of them was Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. And then Yogamaya hid those Vishnu forms and he just saw Krishna again. Like this. So, here is the speciality that Brahma was experiencing in a sequence the revelation and concealment, revealing and concealing actions of Yogamaya in a sequence. Now, we see in Srimad Bhagavatam a pastime in order to reveal to us the nature, the achintya nature of Krishna's Swarup. Krishna's Swarup is inconceivable. And therefore, being inconceivable, it is unlimited and limited. Krishna's form is not only unlimited, it's limited and unlimited. That's inconceivable. That's achintya. So we see during the Damodar Leela that Krishna, because his mother was giving breast milk to him, but she saw the milk was boiling over. So she put him down and went to tend to the boiling milk. And Krishna, his face became red, he stamped his foot and he bit his lip. He was so upset. My mother, she put me down when I hadn't finished drinking milk. I'll teach her a good lesson. So baby Krishna took a stone pestle and he smashed the yogurt pot where she was churning yogurt, and all the yogurt sprayed out all over the kitchen floor. Then see Krishna, he thought, oh, she'll punish me for this. So he quickly ran away to hide. But because he's a little baby, he was not aware that he ran through the yogurt. So anywhere he goes after that will have yogurt footprints everywhere. So Madhya Yashoda came and followed the yogurt footprints and found him standing on a grinding mortar, stealing butter and feeding monkeys and crows. So then Madhya Yashoda snuck up on him with a stick in her hand to catch him. But when Krishna saw that the monkeys were running away and the crows were flying away, then he realized, someone's behind me. And just as Madhya Yashoda was about to catch him, he jumped down and was running on little legs in a zigzag way, like that, to make it more difficult for his mother to catch him. But eventually, she took the stick and she acted as if she was going to throw the stick at him. And he flinched like that, and then she caught, with her left hand, caught Krishna's right hand. And he was terrified seeing the stick. So she thought, I don't want to traumatize him because he'll be maladjusted when he grows up. So she threw away the stick. And she thought, but I should tie a rope around his waist, and then from the back of that I should tie another rope that goes to the grinding mortar, so it's like a baby harness, so that he can only make chaos in a circle whose radius is the length of the second rope, basically, just to limit the destruction that he can do, and to stop him from running away, because when he gets upset, he told his mother said, oh, Banda Bandhu, you are a friend of the monkeys. Krishna said, if you think I'm the friend of the monkeys, then I'll run away from home to the forest and live with them. I'll not live with you anymore. So she thought he was so stubborn, maybe he'll run away to the forest, so I'll have to keep him in the house. But he should be able to move around a little bit. So she wanted to make a baby harness from rope. So at that time, she took a rope and she tried to put it around the waist of baby Krishna. But it was 2 fingers too short. So her friends and neighbors, they bought more ropes. She said, bring another rope. And she tied it. Again she put it around. And again it was 2 fingers too short. Why? Because Krishna, he was just like a stubborn baby. He was upset. I don't want to be bound. I don't want you to tie me up. So because Yogamaya fulfills the desire of Krishna, so it was impossible to bind him. But after a long time, when Krishna saw that Mother Yashoda's face had become red, and she was perspiring, and she was embarrassed in front of her friends were saying, "Oh Sakhi, it seems that it's not written in your fate that you can bind him." And she's thinking, "Oh, definitely, he came from my womb, he's not smarter than me." But because she couldn't do it, she was feeling embarrassed. And when Krishna saw her hard work for hours, from early in the morning to almost lunchtime, then Krishna felt sorry for her. So, Dristva Parishvamam Krishna Kripayasit Sobandane. Shukadev Goswami said, seeing the hard labor and fatigue of Madhya Yashoda, Krishna's heart melted. And then he thought, oh, alright, she can bind me. And then at once, the Aishwarya Shakti that was manifesting this mystic opulence, that he could not be bound, disappeared. Just with one rope from her hair, she bound his waist. So, this was to, here, Yogamaya wanted to show so many things to the world. That Krishna is controlled by the love of his devotees. And that when Krishna sees a devotee making a hard labor, striving with great determination to attain the goal of his life, then Krishna's heart melts. And then Yogamaya comes and Krishna becomes bound by the love in the heart of that devotee. So, knowing this, we should try with great energy, with great endeavor, and make a very strong effort every day to do our sadhana, our daily practices. Even if day by day, you're not seeing any result and you're feeling exhausted, but Krishna is seeing that you're exhausted. And then his mercy will come and he will allow himself to be bound. So to prove this, now, what is the speciality here? Yatha baso yatha tamaha. That Yogamaya is both revealing and concealing. Yogamaya is revealing. The swarup of Krishna is inconceivable. Why? Because in the morning, Mother Yashoda puts a chain of bells around his waist. Mother Yashoda already bound him. So he's bound. And at the same time, as his swarup is limited, his swarup was also unlimited because so many ropes tied together and still he could not bind him. So here Yogamaya is revealing the inconceivable nature of Krishna's swarup as being both limited and unlimited at the same time. Displaying the power of Krishna and covering it at the same time. So, another example. Yatha baso yatha tamaha. Perhaps you know that once Krishna was traveling with Narad, with Vyas and so many sages and rishis. And he came to one city. And the king of that place, Bahulasra, and one Brahmin, a poor Brahmin who lived there, Srutadev, also, they both approached Krishna at the same time and they said, "Oh my Lord, please accept my invitation and come to my home." And Krishna said, "Yes." There and then, Krishna expanded himself and he went to the palace of the king and to the home of the Brahmin. But not only that, Narad, Vyas and all the rishis who were with Krishna, all of his associates, they also manifested 2 forms and went to both houses. We also see in Dwarka that Krishna is with Satyabhama in her palace, but also with Rukmini, and also with Nagnajiti and Jambavati and Lakshmana. And with 16,108 queens, is with all of them. In the morning he wakes up, he takes bath, he gets dressed, and he has to go to work. You know, he has to sit in the Sabha of Ugrasen Maharaj, in the parliament of Dwarka. All the young princes, they have to go there, and Ugrasen Maharaj presides over that assembly, and they make their political decisions whether to go to war or make peace or whatever the Yadu dynasty will do that day. So, in 16,108 palaces, Krishna wakes up, he gets ready, and he sets off from the palace. And he sets out from there and he goes to the gate of the Sudharma assembly house. And when he gets to the gate, 16,108 forms all go into one, and then one Krishna goes through the gate and into the assembly house. Like this. Now, what's happening at this time is that every queen is seeing Krishna is with me. And Krishna's leaving from my home and going there. But she doesn't see any of the other forms. And every other queen is only seeing the form of Krishna that's leaving her palace. In the morning. Shrutadevan Bahulasva. Krishna said, yes, I'll come to your home. Yes, I'll come to your palace. So the king saw Krishna go there, but didn't see Krishna go to the house of the Brahmin. And the Brahmin saw Krishna come to his house, but didn't see Krishna go to the palace. Like this. So here we see Yatha Baso Yatatama, that Yogamaya is both revealing and concealing. He's revealing the form of Krishna who's doing pastimes with that particular associate, and concealing all the other forms of Krishna who are meeting with the other associates. Now this is different to the example of, say, Mother Yashoda seeing the universe in Krishna's mouth. Why? Only Mother Yashoda saw the universe in Krishna's mouth. However, so that's the example of Yogamaya working in different ways on one person. But this is an example of Yogamaya working in the same way but on different people. Simultaneously. All at the same time. So, also we see in Rasalila what happened. When Krishna began to dance, he expanded and he danced with every gopi. All the gopis at the same time. But every gopi saw, only Krishna is with me. So Yogamaya was revealing Krishna's Sarup with each gopi and concealing to all the other gopis. But what happened? To Radharani, Yogamaya revealed all the forms of Krishna with every gopi. And so even though every gopi there was so happy Krishna's only dancing with me, Radharani became upset. Wait a minute, he's dancing with everyone. So she frowned her eyebrows. And as soon as Radharani's eyebrow descended, then Krishna became filled with fear and thought. And suddenly, all these other forms disappeared. And he took the hand of Radhika and disappeared, ran away with her. So, these are the actions of Yogamaya. Now, when Krishna comes to this earth, those who have performed Bhakti Mishra Gyan and they've destroyed avidya, they've also destroyed vidya and they've attained bhakti, but they don't have prem. When they see Krishna walking on this earth, when he comes here, they see that he's Paramatma. They see him as, they say, oh, there is Paramatma. Then, because only those who have prem can see Krishna as Bhagavan. So Yogamaya conceals that Krishna is Bhagavan and reveals to them Paramatma. On the other hand, those who have prem, they see Krishna as very beautiful, human-like form. Now, there are persons in the Leela who are not liberated, who have not destroyed avidya, like Kamsa Maharaj. So what is he seeing? He's not qualified to see Paramatma. He hasn't realized Brahman. But he's seeing Bhagavan. Right? Why? Because it's Krishna's desire that he'll see him. So Yogamaya, not Yogamaya, but he's in Mahamaya, and though he sees Krishna, due to the influence of Yogamaya, Krishna is not sweet. You see? Therefore, Rupa Goswami. So, if you are not tasting the sweetness of the holy name, that is because the avidya vritti of Mahamaya is affecting us. So in the same way, just as if you're chanting and you don't taste how sweet is this name, then in the same way, Kamsa Maharaj is looking at Krishna, and because of avidya, by the influence of Mahamaya, he's not seeing that Krishna, he's thinking he's just another human being, and he's just, actually, Kamsa's afraid. He's afraid of him. Because there was a prophecy that the 8th child of Devaki will kill him. So, therefore Rupa Goswami said, Sat Krishna nama charitadi sitapta vidya pitopa tasya rasanasya narochikanu kintvadarad anudinam kalusaiva justa swadvikramad bhavati tad gadamula hantri. The holy name, form, qualities and pastimes of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. However, if one is afflicted by the jaundice of avidya vritti of Maya, then you cannot taste that sweetness. Yet still, if a person with great honor will take the holy names of Krishna and chant about his name, form, qualities and pastimes with great faith every day, then what will happen? That avidya will be destroyed and one can experience, in other words, the Yogamaya Bhakti, in the Yogamaya in the form of Bhakti will begin to reveal the sweetness of Krishna. So we see that even Agasura, Krishna went inside his mouth, but he could not taste how sweet he was. You know, Bakasura, he swallowed Krishna, but he could not taste it. Krishna was very hot, and he coughed and Krishna came out again. Why? Because Agasura and the Bakasura, because they're afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, they could not taste how sweet Krishna was even when Krishna was in their mouth. So Krishna will also come and dance on our tongue if we chant the holy name without offense. Then tunde tandavani ratint vitanute tandavali labde kana kroda katambini gatayate kanavade vyaspeham cheta prangana sangini vijayate savindriyani kritim no jane janita kirat biramita krishne divana dvai. Srila Rupa Goswami, he's saying, I don't know how much amrita, nectar is in these two syllables, Krishna. When these two syllables are chanted, then I want millions of tongues to taste the sweetness. And when the sound goes in my ears, I want millions of ears. And then when this sound goes into the courtyard of my heart and dances there, I become overwhelmed and all my senses become inert and I go into samadhi on the pastimes of Krishna. So this mantra is like that actually. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
That's the reality. But Mahamaya, the avidyavritti is covering, and when we engage in service of the Naam, Sevan Mukhi Jivado, we become inclined to serve Naam by repeating it again and again. Swayameva Spuratyadaha. Then Krishna's form and qualities manifest themselves, and the influence of avidyavritti is destroyed simply by chanting. So, Mahamaya is a partial expansion of Yogamaya. So the relationship between Mahamaya and Yogamaya, you can see in the end of, towards the end of the 10th canto, the prayers of the Vedas personified. They pray, "Oh my Lord, your external material energy is such that the living beings, being attracted, embrace that material energy. And by the influence of Maya, they lose their own opulence. That means self-knowledge. We are Satchidananda by nature, and we lose that awareness. But you, Krishna, the Vedas are praying, you are never affected by Maya. Your relationship is like a snake that has shed his skin." So this is a very nice example. That if you see a snake, they shed their skin, and they come out of that skin, and you look at that skin, it's exactly like a snake. But the snake and his body, they are connected and they are alive. And the skin looks like the snake, but it's inert and it has no sentience. It's not feeling. So in the same way, Yogamaya is non-different from Krishna's Swarup. And it is of the nature of Sachidananda. And the Mahamaya is manifest the objects which are Asat, Achit, not conscious, and Nirananda. There's no joy in them. And so, though Mahamaya is Krishna's energy, it's distinct from his Swarup, and it never touches his Swarup. So Krishna can never be affected by Mahamaya. So every single living entity, according to their surrender or the lack thereof of Krishna, will experience him in a different way. So Srimad Bhagavatam has illustrated that in the pastime, after Krishna had killed the elephant, Kuvalayapida, and broken the tusk of the elephant and beat him, and also beat the driver of the elephant, and Krishna and Balaram, then they were attacked by soldiers. So Balaram took the other tusk, and Krishna and Balaram fought off the soldiers. And then they entered into the wrestling arena of Kamsa Maharaj, carrying the tusks on their shoulders, sweating from their exertion of fighting, covered with drops of sweat and drops of blood also that splashed when they were beating the elephant and the soldiers. And very seriously, Krishna and Balaram, they stepped into the wrestling arena of Kamsa Maharaj. It was a stadium with thousands of people all watching. But everyone who saw Krishna and Balaram at that time, they all saw them differently. And all experienced the different rasas, because Krishna is Akhila Rasamritamurti. He is the embodiment of all the rasas. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. 5 primary rasas and 7 secondary rasas. Hasya, Adbhuta, Virya, Karuna, Rodha, Vibhatsa, Bhayanaka. Comedy. Hasya, Adbhuta, astonishment. Virya, Chivalry. Hasya, Adbhuta, Virya, Karuna. Compassion, anger, Vibhats, the disgust and fear. All primary and secondary rasas were there manifest in Krishna as a shelter of, as the object of them, the Vishaya of all rasas at the same moment. So Shukadev Goswami, in the ecstasy of that moment, he said, Malanam asanirninam naravadastrinam smaro murtiman gopanam swajano shatam shitikbudam shasta sopitro shishu Mrityo bojavate virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevati vidito rangam gato gatasa graja. Shukadeva Goswami said, when Krishna and his elder brother entered into the wrestling arena of Kamsa Maharaj, at that time, Malanam Masanir means the other wrestlers who were there getting to fight, they saw Krishna as being hard as a thunderbolt, their opponent. And they felt the Vera Ras, they wanted to fight with him. Malanam Masanam Naravara. The other kings who were there, they were proud, oh, we are very handsome, powerful kings. But when they saw Krishna, they thought, Naravara, he is the best of all men. And they were astonished. Strinam smaro mortimam. The young princesses of the Yadu dynasty and other dynasties who were there present in Mathura, when they saw Krishna, they thought, boom, 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 boom. Cupid himself, he looks like the god of love. Smaramurtimam, Kamdev personified, had appeared there, and they were attracted to him in Madhurya Ras, romantic mood. So we have what? Vira Ras, Vismay Ras, Adbhut, astonishment, Madhur Ras, then Gopanam, Swajano. The cowherd boys who were there, who had come with Krishna from Mathura, they saw Krishna and thought, oh, he's our family member. He's from our village. He's our friend. So they felt Sakyaras. And they also felt Hasyaras. They were laughing. For them it was fun. Before they came to the wrestling arena, Krishna and his friends, Krishna had killed the washerman and put on all the brand new silken clothes that were meant for Kamsa Maharaj. And he took all the clothes and ornaments and he dressed his friends also. So they're all dressed up in royal clothing, and they were boys from the farm, they're walking in the city for the first time. So the cowherd boys, they said to Krishna, hey Krishna, how can you fight with these wrestlers? They're huge like mountains with bodies are hard as stone. And Kamsa Maharaj is so powerful. How can you fight? Then Krishna, he went and he manifested a huge tall form of Vishnu. You can see that deity in Mathura, Dirga Vishnu. All the boys saw, wow, and they were clapping their hands. Brilliant. And then Krishna became small again. It was great fun. And for the coward boys. When Krishna beat the wrestlers and beat Kamsa Maharaj, all the coward boys were clapping and laughing. And then they jumped into the arena. You know, if a boxer is successful in a boxing match, then all his trainers and everyone, they jump in. Huh? So all the coward boys, they jumped into the arena. But when they got there, they said, oh, you beat them, but can you beat me? Jumped on Krishna and wrestled and put him down. Jai, jai. In front of everyone. So the coward boys, they saw Sakyaras and Hastaras. Gopanam, Swajano, Satam, Chitibujam. And the demonic kings of the world, they saw Krishna was like punishment personified. And they became angry. Pitru Shishu and his parents, like Nanda Maharaj was there, Mother Yashoda was not there, but Vasudeva and Devaki and Nanda Maharaj, and especially the Brijbasis who were in Vatsalya Ras, they thought he's our child. So the Brijbasis who had Vatsalya Ras for him, who were there, they felt that Vatsalya Ras and also secondary Ras, Karun Ras, compassion. How can this soft little boy, only 10 years old, almost 11 years old, fight with the powerful Chanura and Mustika, Shal and Toshal? So they felt compassion. Then Mrityu Bhojapate, Kamsa Maharaj saw Krishna and thought he was the angel of death. Like Yamaraj, death personified, and he was filled with fear, Bhayanak Rasa. Actually, those are unfavorable to Krishna. It's not actually rasa, it's ras abhas. Because for an aprakrita, transcendental rasa to manifest, there has to be a staiba, vrati. So because they don't have staiba, vrati, love for Krishna, so their rasa is the abhas of, it's not really bhayanak rasa, it's bhayanaka rasa abhas, fear. So the mrityu bhoja bhateya virada vidusham, avidush, that means ignorant persons who are afflicted by avidya, they thought that Krishna was just a human being with a body made of insentient elements. Tattvam param yoginam. But the yogis who were there, what did they see? Paramatma. Krishna, we were mentioning that before. Those who become purified from the influence of avidya and vidya, then they can see Krishna as the Paramatma. So they saw Krishna as Paramatma. Then Vrishni Nam Paradevateti. And the members of the Vrishni dynasty, the Yadus, they saw him as Paradevata, as Bhagavan. Like this. So, in this way, the materialists who saw him, they were disgusted. The ignorant persons who saw him as having a material body were disgusted because he was sweating and covered in blood from the previous fight. So they were disgusted. And they experienced the Vibhatsa Rasa. And the yogis who saw him as Paramatma, Shanta Rasa, like that. And then the members of the Vrishni dynasty who saw him as Bhagavan, Dasya Rasa, like this. So in this way, see Krishna. So what is he? Is he the embodiment of Dasya or Sakya? Everything? No, Yoga Maya is simultaneously revealing and concealing different aspects of Krishna to every living entity according to their surrender and relationship with him. So this is great news for us. Huh? Because if we will surrender to Sri Krishna, following in the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan, especially the maidservants of Radhika, then when we remember our Krishna mantra, then the word Swaha means Yogamaya, indicates Yogamaya, and she will reveal to us, she will conceal that Krishna is Brahman, conceal that Krishna is Paramatma, even conceal that Krishna is Bhagavan. She'll conceal Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, everything, and just reveal Krishna as like a Kamadev, like a Pushpaban, like that young boy who is the embodiment of all romantic love and who is the beloved of Radhika. So this is a summary of Sambandha Tattva, Sambandha Gyan in relation to Maya Tattva, which is all revealed in this verse. Ritartam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chakmani tadvidyada manomaya yataraso yatatam. Gaur Premanand. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Sadhu, sadhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during Rath Yatra also he appears in different ways.
Yes, because Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. So you can see the same actions of, we can tell the same katha related to Gaur Lila. Just like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he saw Sadbhuj. It was revealing that he was both the Krishna, two arms Krishna, two arms Lord Ramachandra, and two arms with Dandan Kamandalu as a sannyasi as well. So it's another reveal, and then that was concealed again, and he saw him as a sannyasi. So we can also explain. Ramananda Roy, what did he see? Rasaraj Mahabhav Swarup. He said, Paile Dekil Lutoma Sannyasi Swarup, Ebiyamatoma Deki Shama Gopurup. At first I saw that you were a sannyasi, but now I am seeing a dark complexioned cowherd boy. And just near to that dark complexioned cowboy, I see Kanchana Putulika, a golden doll. And the effulgence of that golden doll is spreading and covering the sham complexion. That is Gaur. That is Rasaraj Mahabhav. Rasaraj, Rasik Shekasi Krishna, in completely bathed in the golden complexion of Mahabhav Swarupini Shimati Radhika. That is Gaur. Like this. So we can also, all these various permutations and combinations of the revelation and concealment of Yogamaya are also at work in Gaura Lila. Gaura Premanand. So it's late now, we'll sing one kirtan. And on a prasadam, if you have some questions, we can discuss. Tomorrow is Nagar Sankirtan. Oh, tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, tomorrow is the disappearance day of Emily. From tomorrow, no more Emily. History, Emily's history from tomorrow. So come here at 10 in the morning. And then afterwards at 10:45 everyone will meet in the
Weaver Street Market.
Weaver Street Market. And then we'll do Nagar Sankirtan. And then in the evening, we'll be at the Loving Kindness Yoga Center. And it starts at what time? 5:30? 5 o'clock. So early tomorrow, 5 o'clock, we'll begin precisely at 5 o'clock. And there we'll have a discussion which is appropriate for that place. So if you have some associates who are not practicing devotional service but have an interest, bring them. Because it will be a presentation especially suitable for encouraging those who are not aware of the glories of Bhakti Yoga to take up the practice of Bhakti Yoga for Sri Krishna and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So,
and when will Emily's new name be revealed?
yes. And and a new devotee, a new personality who looks very similar to Emily will appear there. But it will be revealed then in the evening. Even she will not know. Even I will not know. Only Krishna knows.
So this is 10 here? That's just...
No.
Just... Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't, please, everyone, don't come here at 10 in the morning. Don't. Everyone just go to the Weaver Street. 10:45.
Well, yeah, in Hillsborough. Go to Scarborough, we won't be there.
like a husband and wife and then they go school shirts. And this is a fun, then they have 5-year-old meat. Straight out of compost. Yeah, the basics include shirts.
Radhe Shyam.